But Nigel, I know you had some thoughts about tonight and what we just saw here moments ago.
Absolutely. After what we just saw in the last segment before the commercial break, I have decided to change the main event tonight. The Bucks and Adam Cole were both scheduled to appear. What I've decided, I'm going to get them teamed together in a six-man tag team match.
Okay.
Against Kyle O'Reilly, Dalton Castle, and Bobby Fish.
Wow.
Right here tonight, Ring of Honor TV.
All right, so that's your main event here tonight. But now, the Decade of Excellence tournament begins. Here we go.
This is a first-round match in the Decade of Excellence tournament to throw and fall. Introducing first, being accompanied by the heavy metal rebel, Frankie Kazarian. Wrestling out of Sin City, weighing 228 pounds, he's representing the Addiction, Almighty Christopher Daniels.
The Decade of Excellence will understand that Christopher Daniels has more than twice that amount of excellence in his experience. And for that reason alone, the Decade of Excellence tournament for Christopher Daniels starts with Mark Briscoe, but will end with a World Championship shot.
His opponent, wrestling out of Sandy Fort, Delaware, weighing 229 pounds, Mark Briscoe.
So Mark Briscoe competes against Christopher Daniels, and earlier on we caught up with the Sussex County Chicken.
The hell with 10 years, 15 years ago, 2002, I made my debut in Ring of Honor under the guidance, the tutelage of Christopher Daniels. CD, we both come a long way. Hey, let's get it on tonight, baby.
All right, so it will be Mark Briscoe versus Christopher Daniels. First round of the Decade of Excellence tournament. Let's take a quick look at the tail of the tape. Obviously, experienced both men, no doubt about it. But Christopher Daniels, does he still have it? I guess is the big question. We'll talk about that throughout the match. Here we go.
Here we go indeed. I've got to say, Kevin, this is one of the things that putting it together was such a pleasure for me. So many of these guys, we broke in at the same time. Or a guy like Christopher Daniels, I remember when I very first started in Ring of Honor, watching every single one of his matches. This was one of the guys that I admired from the very beginning.
And when you look at Mark Briscoe and his goals and determination, of course, with the tag team supremacy of he and his brother, they came so close at Final Battle against the Young Bucks in a matchup that fans are still talking about to this day. Mark Briscoe is somebody that I don't think we can take for granted in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the wild card, if you will. That a big proponent of, what do you call it? Hillbilly Kung Fu? Redneck Kung Fu.
Redneck
That's what
Kung
it is.
Fu, yes.
Jack Daniels violence, as I like to say.
And again, if it takes to the streets, I think it's advantage Mark Briscoe. If it stays inside the ropes, perhaps Daniels has the advantage, but Briscoe with the arm drag takeover and controlling the left arm. He has the arm barred right now. And we're ringing up the left arm. I know Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, who is accompanying Daniels here at ringside, both were very disappointed that they were not on the card for Final Battle. They joined us for commentary for the shocking turn of events involving Cody and his matchup. All right, now CD's going to try some crane technique. Gets blasted.
New strategy for Christopher Daniels, I think.
Maybe we'll rethink that one. Hey, we got another one-on-one matchup I want to talk about as well, with Caprice Coleman getting set to take on Leo Rush. As we know, Leo Rush has been learning a lot from the Motor City Machine Guns, and they seem to be putting something together. But Caprice Coleman has Kenny King and Red Titus ready for Rebellion. So what will happen in that match later on? Plus, as Nigel told you moments ago, our main event is now. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks to take on Bobby Fish, Dalton Castle, the new Ring of Honor World Champion. Uh-oh. In a Dalton Castle six-man tag.
Was that 10? I don't speak Spanish.
That was 10 in Spanish.
All right, fantastic.
Hey, 3 years of Spanish high school. I got that down. Now Daniels rolled out to the floor. That's what I said earlier. Daniels got to be mindful.
Oh, wait a second. Look at that. Frankie didn't get involved, but just his presence was enough. And now, is Daniels lying in wait? Yes, he is.
Capitalized with the STO, and Mark Briscoe goes down. Frankie Kazarian didn't do anything, but merely his presence alone. Fans, we've got to take a commercial break, but the first round match of the Decade of Excellence tournament continues. Stay with us. All right, we're back on Ring of Honor Wrestling. This is the first round of the Decade of Excellence tournament. Christopher Daniels and Mark Briscoe. And it has been advantage almighty throughout the break here, Nigel. Wait a minute. 2.
Yep, Christopher Daniels keeping his pedal on the gas, so to speak, pushing that advantage. And a guy with this much experience, you got to get up pretty early in the morning to get back on top once he is.
Mark Briscoe gave Christopher Daniels that opening. Daniels capitalized on it. He's been on cruise control ever since.
Here's an interesting thought, though, Kevin. Both these guys, tag team wrestlers, a lot of tag team matches in the last, 6 months, a year. Question is now in a singles match, who has the best win, do you think?
That's a very good point, too. And, of course, the Addiction did not compete at Final Battle, but the Briscoes did. And it was a wild, grueling match against the Young Bucks. So I would say that Daniels does, or at least has the ability to be in a more advantageous position. But we'll see as the match goes on. Of course, the longer it goes on, we will see who is indeed up to the test. Now, up on his feet again. Mark Briscoe planting the elbows into the midsection. Head of steam off the ropes. Daniels not only slams him, but puts him exactly where he wants him as well. Had him in position for the moonsault there, but you saw Mark able to counter.
Briscoe lying in wait with the knees.
I'm sure Mark and Jay both have seen quite enough of the Young Bucks and more super kicks than they ever imagined absorbing at Final Battle.
That was a sight, wasn't it?
Well, it certainly was. And of course, what happened at the end of that match as well, what appeared on the screen, who appeared on the screen, it's got everybody talking as Mark Briscoe puts Christopher Daniels down. That palm strike connects. That uppercut thrust.
He's thinking about his superplex, but he had to get Chris Daniels his feet on the outside. Oh, no.
Caught. Uranagi there.
Daniels rolling to the outside, though. Smart veteran move.
Very smart. Now Mark zeroes in. Caught him. That drop kick right on the side of the head.
Daniels in trouble. Was he thinking about going up for Froggy Bow? It's too late now.
Chop from the top. Connects. Kick connects, scores. Is it a victory? Has Mark Briscoe advanced?
Just 2, though. Question is now, has he taken enough out of Christopher Daniels to go up for Froggy Bow? Doesn't look like it.
To find a way to put him down, keep him down. Of course, in this 8-man tournament, it's all veteran competitors.
Blue Thunder. Daniels slow to cover, though, Kevin.
Trying to get Mark Briscoe positioned. This is what he tried to do earlier, and he hits it this time. And 2, and no, Mark kicks out. Daniels wants to keep Mark towards the center of the ring, and will eventually, if he can, either Angel's Wings or the best moonsault ever to pick up a win. 15th anniversary event is the prize at the end, and the world title opportunity. Nails him.
Goes for it.
Here we go, the best moonsault ever. Out of the way, Mark. The knees buckle as Daniels hits the deck.
Oh, it's going to the outside.
And right outside again.
Right in front of Frankie Kazarian.
And Kazarian, who has been nothing more than a spectator, has made no moves towards the ring at all. But shades of Cactus Jack. Oh! Connects. The chest of Christopher Daniels. Arm press there. The weight and the force of that elbow drop, Nigel.
I dare say the hip of Mark Briscoe as well. Takes it out of both of you, but now perhaps Froggy Bow.
Yep, from the Death Valley driver, springs to his feet, climbs to the top. We'll look to hit Froggy Bow. If he can hit it, he will be victorious.
Oh.
At the last moment, Christopher Daniels got out of the way.
You aren't kidding. Lying, well, here it is, Angel wins.
Angels wins. Got him.
In the center.
1, 2, and a win. Christopher Daniels has advanced.
The winner of the match and dancing in the tournament, almighty Christopher Daniels.
So the first round match is complete in the Decade of Excellence tournament, and Christopher Daniels has advanced. All the tournament matches will be right here on Ring of Honor Wrestling Television. And fans, of course, our big main event here in the hour, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks will take on Bobby Fish, Dalton Castle, and the new world champion, Kyle O'Reilly. Code of Honor, that's what Ring of Honor is all about.